you probably like running if you clicked on this video and are looking to maybe get better at running or take your training to the next step with a training plan. And I am here to help you with that. I am going to give you a gift today of a customizable training template for you so that you can better train your body to be a better runner. Because everyone's at different skill levels, and some of these cookie cutter training plans that I see, I don't think are going to cut it for everyone. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So if we look at this graphic that I've made for you here, I kind of break it down day by day what the basic types of workouts we're going to be doing are, so you can take this and screenshot it or whatever you'd like with it. But as you can see here on Sunday, the beginning of the week, we have a long run. And the long run is really the backbone of your entire training plan, because this run is going to help you build up your endurance over a distance and really just build your confidence and your mileage, because the long run is going to take up about 20 to 25% of your weekly mileage. And to give you a better understanding of what you should be doing on a long run, we are going to go to Noah in the field.
Thanks, Noah, in the booth. We actually are just back from a long run right now. We are keeping it pretty quick, a little bit quicker than we did for our recovery runs. And like Noah said, these runs are the backbone of your training program. You are going to be hitting about 25% of your weekly mileage here with this long run, and you are going to be going for a while. So I would recommend you bring a friend, bring some water. You might be going over an hour if you're doing 25% of your weekly mileage here. And like I said, you're just going to want to keep it at a decently reasonable pace, not quite as slow as a recovery run, and just bring a friend, listen to some music, and have some fun out there.
All right, thanks, Noah, for such a great explanation. And now if we go back to our graphic, we can see that on day 2 we have a recovery run. I also have made jokes in the past about this being a filler run because it is just a real basic short to medium length run that you are going to be going pretty easy on. I usually do about 40 minutes for my recovery runs, roughly. Sometimes I'll dial it back or move it up depending on if we're going after a hard workout or an easy workout. But these runs are just to keep your body in running form, and you almost want to be going painfully slow on them because you do want your body to recover and you don't want to just keep pushing too hard so that you're tired for your next hard workout. And Noah in the field is going to take the mic back from here and explain to you some things about recovery runs.
Thank you, Noah, upstairs. So this is Noah in the field, and we just got back from a recovery run. We kept it nice and light. We were talking the whole time very easily. Did about 4 miles, just kept it pretty light. If you're going to start out, I would go for 30 to 35 minutes. Keep it nice and easy, because the point of this run is really to just recover your muscles for the next big task that you have ahead, which is going to be another harder workout. And I'm going to pass it back up to Noah in the booth now.
All right, thanks again, Noah. I mean, what would I ever do without your amazing explanations? But if we look back at our lovely graphic that I've made for us, we have my favorite day of the week. I call it Tempo Tuesday. And now what a tempo is they are like a medium to hard paced run that you're going to be doing in a couple sections. And basically, their goal is to increase your speed over a distance. Say you want to run some longer races like a 5K or a 10K or even up to a half marathon, you're going to be wanting to do a good amount of good tempos. And to actually explain what you should be doing for your tempo workout, I'm going to pass it back to Noah in the field.
Yeah, so like Noah said, tempos are a very important run. You are going to be really increasing that speed over a long distance, especially if you're racing 5Ks or 10Ks. Really, tempo pace should be a little bit slower than your 5K pace, about 20 seconds per mile slower, in fact. And you should feel a little uncomfortable, definitely, but you shouldn't feel like you're going all out. You should be able to still talk a little bit, but you shouldn't want to talk. Usually when I do a tempo workout, I am starting out with about a 10-minute jog warm-up. Then we get into some sectioned tempos. Usually I'll do about an 8-minute tempo where you run at tempo pace for 8 minutes, then take maybe 2 minutes recovery. And I'll do that about 3 times. You can start out at maybe 5 minutes and then build up to the longer ones, 8-10 minutes. And after you finish all 3 of those, you are going to take a nice little 10-minute jog cool down and go loosen up your muscles and stretch.
Thanks again, Noah. I also wanted to comment on your shirt. Looks absolutely spectacular today. But our next run that is on this workout is going to be another recovery run. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Not really self-explanatory. I just explained it to you. But you're going to be doing something similar to what you did on Monday. because you just ran a hard workout. It's like a long run. You want to give your body a chance to recover because you have another hard workout coming up on another day. So I don't want to get you all tired out for that. This recovery run should probably be about the same as the one that you previously did. All right, so now looking back at our graphic again, you can see that we have about one more hard workout, and that is going to be your speed workout or sprint workout. Now, this has the potential to be the hardest workout that you do all week, and pretty much what you're going to be doing is improving your top end speed and your speed over a distance as well with some sprints. And you might be thinking, Noah, building your top end speed doesn't seem very useful for distance running, but I would say to that you are wrong, and we're going to have Noah in the field go and explain to you how to do these workouts.
So the sprint workout, really the point of this, like Noah said, is to increase that top end speed. And I mean, building the muscles up to go faster is really how you're going to win races. I mean, you're right next to a guy at the end of a race, and you have a little bit more of top end speed than him, so you end up beating him out. It also helps when you're climbing hills and off the starting line to accelerate up to your top speed. But as for the actual sprint workout, you want to be a little careful because you are going to be going fast. So I would start with a little bit longer of a warm up than tempos. Go for 15 minutes, start out slow and sort of build up into a fast pace. And for the actual reps, you're going to do a lot of reps. I would recommend you start somewhere around 8, and you want to do these sprints for about 10 to 15 seconds. Now, when you do them, you want to maybe take the first 5 seconds to kind of start out accelerating. Then the second 5 seconds, you're going to want to hold that pace. And the last 5, you're going to want to kind of cruise on into the finish. And after that, you did just run a hard rep, so you're going to want to take probably 2 to 3 minutes of jog recovery. You can do some walking in there too. Just make sure that you're really ready to hit the next one just as hard as you hit the first one, because you are going to feel tired once you start to get to rep 6, 7, 8. And after you finish all these sprints, good job by the way, I would say that you should do about a 10 to 15 minute cool down, jog, and you're going to want to stretch really, really well after this, because trust me, sprints definitely take a toll on your body. Back to you, Noah.
All right, so next on our list, it looks like we have another recovery run. Now, after you just did that hard sprint workout, I would say you deserve to take a shorter recovery run. Usually after I do a really hard workout, I'll dial it back to like 30 to 35 minutes for a recovery run, just to keep you in form, and I will do it very, very slowly. But I am still putting in a few miles on that day. And next we have a rest day. And the rest day is going to be just what you think it is. You are going to take the day off and you're not going to run. I know. What are you going to do with yourself? Well, lucky for you, I have some modifications to explain to you, so now you will know what you're doing with yourself. If you're looking for a little bit of an easier 5-day training plan, you can honestly just not run on that day after you do the hard workout, the nice sprint workout that I made for you. You can just take that day off and have an extra 2 days to recover. And then if you would like, if it's more convenient for you, you can move that long run from a Sunday to a Saturday. Or if you're taking a 5-day training plan, you could even move it to be right after the sprint workout. But another thing you can do is you can also make a 7-day training plan if you get rid of your rest day on Saturday and throw in another sort of recovery type run. And you can also do another hard workout on Saturday and then move the long run up to the day before your tempo workout. Since tempos aren't really a super hard workout, I think you can get away with this pretty easily. One other type of workout that I would like to mention that I do sometimes instead of tempos is cruise intervals, which are basically shorter and faster tempos if I am explaining it very simply. And that is it for this video, but now you have a customizable training plan for you, courtesy of me. So if you enjoyed this video, I would recommend that you like the video and sub to my channel for even more great running content. Thank you and have a great day.